So we've seen this move to the downside play out on ADA over the past week or so. And I mentioned in my previous update that I was looking at for a corrective move to the downside made up of a WXY structure. And I set out the short-term target to be within this range here between 62.79 cents to 64.43 cents. And you can see that we ended up tapping into that region. And then shortly after, we then saw a short rally to the upside where we got rejected at 65.6 cents. And that then led to this dipping move to the downside where we breached past this local low at 63.32 cents. And that then resulted in a breakout structure, which confirmed that we were bearish. And so there are a few scenarios that's in play right now on the price of ADA, where it's possible that we ended up actually bottoming out at 59.22 cents. And if that's the case, the Y wave would have elongated, which can happen in a bearish environment. And so in essence, the Y wave exceeded its typical range, which is this region here. And what we could see from here on out is that reversal to the upside. Alternatively, it's possible that we are still slightly bearish, and what we could have forming is a deeper corrective move to the downside, where this structure here could have formed the W wave, and we had a short rally to the upside to form the X wave, and we could see the Y wave playing out like so. And if that's the case, what I'll do is I'll set out the Y wave target, and the Y wave would typically reach anywhere between 1 to 1.226, and that region sits between 54.47 cents to 56.43 cents. Now, personally, I don't see this scenario taking place, but of course, this is something that we cannot discount. And I'm leaning more towards the price of ADA actually bottoming out at this level, and then we see that reversal to the upside. If we don't have this WXY structure playing out, then it's possible that we have a WXYXZ structure that played out also. And before I get to that, in order for this structure to be discounted, what we need is for the price of ADA to actually exceed this level here at 65.6 cents. If we exceed this level, then it's highly likely that we ended up actually bottoming out at this level, and then we see that reversal to the upside. And so, yeah, like I mentioned, it's possible that as opposed to this WXY structure playing out where the Y wave elongated, it's possible that instead what we had was a WXYXZ structure that played out where the Z wave would have bottomed out at this level. And so very quickly, if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to 65.6 cents, now the Z wave would typically reach anywhere between 1 to 1.226. And you can see that we just about fell short of the 100% retrace level. And we did exceed the minimum requirement for the Z wave, which is the 61.8% retrace level. And so once again, it's possible that we ended up actually bottoming out at this level, and then we see a reversal to the upside. And in order to confirm this structure here, again, what we need is for the price of ADA to exceed this level at 65.6 cents. Now, if we get rejected at the 50 EMA and then we see that reversal to the downside, it's possible that what we could have forming is a WXY structure to the downside, where this move here could be the W wave, this could be the X wave, and this could be the Y wave that's playing out right now. So once again, if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to 63.91 cents, and yeah, a next key target to be keeping an eye on would be this region between 56.33 cents to 57.71 cents. And so, yeah, if we get rejected at this level and then we see that reversal to the downside where we breach past this level here, the local bottom, then these two targets will be one to be keeping an eye on. And then shortly after, again, I will be looking at for that reversal. But personally, I'm leaning more towards the price of ADA bottoming out at this level, and then we see a reversal to the upside. Now, we did see this pump to the upside play out over the past 24 hours or so, where we ended up seeing a surge of around 8% to the upside, which is a good sign. And so we have retested the 50 MA, and despite getting rejected, this is actually a good sign. And so if we do see a retracement, what we need is for the price of ADA to not breach past this level in order for us to continue to remain bullish. And you can see that on the stochastic RSI, we are within the overbought conditions. And so the next move could be key in determining if whether or not we are bullish or bearish. And if I go in the 4-hour chart, the same can be said. The bulls still have the momentum, but we are on the brink of actually tapping into the overbought conditions. And so it is key for the price of ADA to exceed this level here to confirm that we ended up actually bottoming out at this level. And if I go in the 8-hour chart, the same can be said. The bulls still have plenty of momentum left. And so the next key level to be keeping an eye on will be this level here. If we get rejected and we breach past this level, then these two key targets will be one to be keeping an eye on. But again, personally, I'm leaning more towards the price of ADA bottoming out at this level, and then we see that reversal to the upside. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days and weeks to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.